Lads, we are back for season 2 of the Socially Awkward podcast.
If you're looking for a podcast dedicated to being a little bit cringe, having a few hilarious anecdotes and special guests, and join us each week because we will deliver just that.
New episodes of the Socially Awkward podcast drop every Thursday on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and you can watch the full episodes over on YouTube.
The Socially Awkward podcast is sponsored by RTE Player, where you can discover new shows like The Hilarious Goodbye, starring Tony Cantwell, and must-watch series like Kin and Normal People obviously has to be on that list.
So what are you waiting for? Dive into live TV and the biggest shows from home and abroad now on RTE Player.
Hey! Guess who's back? Back again. We are back and better. Lads, look behind us. If you're watching on YouTube, we have a full new visual setup going on, and it's purple, my favourite colour.
This is crazy. We're literally only after walking into the studio, and as soon as we seen it, like the pictures and everything, we had a cool little photo shoot.
We're both witnessing this together for the first time, basically, is what we're trying to say.
Listening on Spotify, we're going to explain what it looks like to you. It's purple. It looks cool.
There's like squiggles everywhere. That's my name.
It looks blue to me. I'm
you might notice something on the screen. We are sponsored by RTE Player. How mad is that? That feels so surreal.
That is mad. Like I still can't get over the fact that we have a sponsor. Like,
isn't that crazy? That's madness. They believe in us. They believe in our dreams. Our dreams. But so Kin is on RTE Player, right? But interesting fact about Kin. Daniel was in Kin, weren't you?
Don't need to brag about it now, but I was.
He's actually world famous. Do you know what I mean?
It's not really
He's
a big deal, but it
everywhere.
kind of is what I'm trying to say.
It is a big deal. He made it. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later. We'll delve into it a little bit better. So, if you're listening for the first time, welcome to the Socially Awkward podcast. We're so happy to have you here. We're just going to have a little catch up, basically, jumping straight into season 2. What is new?
It's mad. I still can't believe. Sorry, I'm just still finding my bearings. This is madness.
Isn't it crazy?
It's so crazy. God, what happened? I want to say that like so much happened, but I actually just kind of did absolutely nothing. But I've been doing an awful lot of doom scrolling on TikTok.
Oh,
that's like my new
God.
phase. Do you know what? Do you know what's actually been popping up so much? Do you ever see that Sherry?
He is like a robot.
The little old man.
Is that the one that you
God
showed
bless
me?
him.
Yeah, I was only showing Shanice that the other day. Brandon's like, God bless him. Now he is scary looking.
That's AI.
What's his name? Frankie or something?
No, Frankie Valli, I think is his name. But he's nearly 90. I'm not being bad,
I know,
but somebody
but
is forcing him. I think somebody's forcing
Lads,
him to
I'm
continue
so
Probably a
sorry.
performing.
contract or
I
something.
think I thought that was a robot.
No,
It is.
He's just staring at everyone's soul.
Literally, they're all
Bless him.
like, Sherry Bay, and he comes down, Sherry. Like, literally, like, walks out of. I can't even describe it. He is terrifying. No hate to you, Frankie, but.
no
We
hate
love
to you,
it.
Frankie, but you know
We
what I
love
mean.
it. That is
hang the
good.
goat up, like.
Just hang, no, not even hang the coat up, right? If you want to perform, that's fine, Frankie. You do you, but you know, like, spend some time just chilling in the sun. I think that's what you need right now.
I think he's done everything in his life if he's 90 something.
Yeah, he's lived a very, very long life.
He's seen it all.
But oh my God, yeah, it's crazy to me that people can be that age and still performing.
I know.
Imagine me still doing social media at the age of 90. Be like,
Yeah, Will.
Slay.
probably
That
will.
is a slay.
Welcome back to the Socially Awkward
But
podcast.
here, speaking of doom scrolling, lads, are you on the P Diddy side of TikTok?
I just want to thank Beyonce for.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank
For
The
letting us
Beyonce
have
reason
this
for
why
this
we took a
episode.
break was Beyonce was just protecting us. Is that even the way it is? I don't even know.
It is.
Actually, what I wanted to talk about was this only happened last night, I'm pretty sure, but did you see what Jojo C was said at the industry? You seen
Oh
it?
my
I
God.
wanted to keep it.
I was
not
sobbing
tell
crying.
them.
So I sent this TikTok to Daniel and Shanice earlier on, but it wasn't even. So Jojo C, she was wearing this like sparkly cap, sparkly outfit, and then sunglasses. And someone in the comments goes, "She looks like Honey G."
Honey G?
And I can't unsee it. So
Kinda does.
like anybody who might be younger listening to the podcast, Honey G is like
An X Factor icon.
an X Factor icon from like probably 7 years ago. She was on, and she's just this like 50-year-old L1 who dressed up like a rapper with the sunglasses. And when I say honey, you say G. Honey,
G.
honey.
G.
Like, you grew up to Taylor Swift, we grew up to Honey G. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Honey G is love and life. But yeah, I was sobbing my eyes out looking at that.
So if anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, the whole internet is taken by storm really with this whole, what's it called?
There's obviously everything that's
chain
coming out
with
now about P Diddy and who's linked to him and all
Beyonce,
that.
but the whole, like, there's like a funny trend at the minute going on being like, just want to thank Beyonce for letting me live another day, or want to do this, thank to Beyonce, or just stuff like that. But Jojo Siwa took it to the stage and she was hosting the Dance Industry Awards or something like that. And she went up and said, I just want to thank Beyonce.
And everyone just goes, oh.
Yeah, nobody found it funny, which I thought was a bit stupid because like everybody's making videos on it. Like it's literally...
She's going to get hit with a lawsuit.
I think personally one of the funniest things I've seen in a while, because like people are literally putting like crazy things. One, it was like Gemma Collins. I remember Gemma Collins fell on the ice and someone did a video being like zooming into why she fell, and it was like Beyonce pushing her.
Do you know why that started though? The whole Beyonce thing.
No.
It's because everyone is like linking, trying to put like puzzle pieces together. So do you know when Taylor Swift was accepting, was it a VMA award?
Yes.
And Kanye got up and was like, I just want to say Beyonce had the best album of all time or something like that, right?
He was saving her, wasn't he?
Yeah, apparently. And then Adele thanked Beyonce and said that and broke her award and shared it. But it's just like, I'm on the conspiracy side of TikTok and I'm delving so deep into it that I'm like, this is a scary side of TikTok. Like,
I'd be afraid of Beyonce.
This is the thing that like I feel like the conspiracy side of TikTok is just as damaging as whatever the truth is, because there is definitely some shady shit going on, but you know, when people fall down this rabbit hole and all the conspiracy theories and everything, it's like there comes a point where you can find it quite impossible to believe some of the stuff, you know?
Yeah, because people are coming out with all sorts.
Yeah, with all sorts. So like there is where you kind of you can't really separate fact and fiction. You don't know what's going on. But to be honest with you lads, we're probably never going to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, The Simpsons
predicted
have we seen Simpsons? Simpsons basically did, and I think it was like Mr. Burns was like Diddy. Oh no, they actually had, I think they had like someone pretending to play P Diddy in it, but they basically did like scenes of like the big white parties and like girls on swings and all, and that's exactly what the footage has come out of, like the freak off parties. And there was a part in the Simpsons episode as well where they drove through the tunnels underneath the house. Did you see that?
That is crazy.
No.
But all of this is alleged. Like, it's mad. He's obviously locked up in prison now at the moment.
But them tunnels though, like it came out apparently that there was a tunnel underneath his bedroom or something like that. But
allegedly
it leads to like the Playboy house and like all these different celebrities'
and Michael
houses.
Jackson's house and all.
Michael Jackson's
Who was
house.
building tunnels though? Like,
that's mad. Yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it? Like when you just end up in a whole different world. Like I'd be on my phone 1 minute scrolling and then the next minute it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but
and I'm at there coming up with all sorts of stories from me For You page.
It's great. Like Shanice sends me about 40 videos
It's
an
so
hour
bad.
about P Diddy. Like she is
So
full on
bad.
investigation mode.
See that woman Jaguar, right? She
Crazy.
is no, everyone's calling her crazy. She's risking her life
I know.
doing all these interviews.
She's
That's
thanking Beyonce.
madness to me. Also, did you know that P Diddy got a new lawyer? Or I don't know if it's his lawyer or someone steps down from the case, but it's like, this is like powerful. I don't think any sort of news is going to come out about that. We're not going to know who's on the list. We can like guess and
lads,
all
I
that
think
sort of stuff.
these fuckers are well above our pay grade.
The
well
conspiracy
above our
stuff
pay grade. They're not
about
going
everything is just killing me. Like, what did someone? I see people saying like Tupac is going to come out of witness protection. He's been there for 30 years and all. Like, people
And see,
are
this
just
is the
taking it way
thing.
too far.
This is where fact and fiction gets,
Yeah.
you know,
Scared.
and that's where it kind of becomes hard then to believe what the actual fact is.
Yeah.
You know, because you have all these people that are coming out and like, you know, an awful lot of their stories might line up, but not all of them. And then you have other people that are coming out and just saying the crazy fucking conspiracy shit. But yeah, no, I don't know what to believe.
But even like speaking of TikTok, obviously all this that's happening in Florida at the moment, and it's supposed to be the biggest hurricane like recorded in history.
Do you remember in 2017 when Hurricane Ophelia came to Ireland? Everybody was like, "Ooh."
Oh God,
Yeah, wasn't everyone's trampolines getting thrown over the back wall now?
We
Yeah,
are so
literally.
blessed beyond what, like anything. We are so blessed where we live. I know sometimes we're like, oh, Ireland this, Ireland that, but imagine like all the poor families on that side of the world that just can't evacuate the area that they're in. And do you see people that are literally risking their lives to record, to go live on this whole like hurricane thing? It's crazy. Yeah, someone said that they didn't want to leave because they want to capture the hurricane in its full glory.
I don't know. Like, this probably sounds so ignorant, but like, do you know what it is? Obviously, because we've never ever seen anything like that over here. But like, when you look at a hurricane, I just think like, that's not going to do what. And but like,
But
it
it
literally
does. That'll do nothing.
tears houses apart. Like,
Yeah.
like it's actually now. Is this a cartoon thing, or like, say if a car drove into it, would the car actually start going up in the air, or is that like
That's
just
a tornado.
Oh, what's a hurricane?
Yeah, well, I think like
A hurricane is like when the water from the ocean floods
It's not having
different
a tsunami.
parts. No.
Tsunami.
Oh, that is a tsunami
As
as
a
well.
tsunami.
So basically, a hurricane is when the water is very, very hot, like very warm, that it evaporates, builds up into a cloud, and then it like goes in a certain direction, but it builds up speed, and then it goes towards like different parts.
Okay, Miss Geography teacher.
Yeah, I learned a lot on
Sedimentary rock.
TikTok. Every day is a school day. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Igneous. I used to have a fella in my class called Igneous. That's mad funny, isn't it?
Yup, Igneous.
Yeah, his name was Igneous. He used to always have the
Igneous, if
newest
you're
phone
watching this,
all the
comment
time.
underneath.
Igneous.
Oh,
That's some name, isn't it?
it's a cool
And
name.
named after a rock.
It's
Oh,
actually
type of
a
rock.
category of rock.
Oh, sorry.
No, but I can't get over the fact that like everybody all those years ago back in Ireland, like with the Ophelia hurricane,
We were expecting madness.
we were expecting madness. Like they were gearing this up to be like one of the worst storms ever in Ireland. There was barely a breath of wind.
No, remember the beast from the east?
The beast
That
from the
was-
east.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Oh my god,
I don't even wanna
love the
compare-
beast from the east.
I feel
That
so
was so
bad
much
even
fun.
comparing.
So much fun. It was
This.
like a mini lockdown. We basically like were preparing for a lockdown of COVID.
Yeah.
Like,
I know, but you know what? Like it was
couldn't leave the gaff, had 3 sausages.
one of the
in
more
fridge for a
exciting
week.
things that happened in this country now. Don't get me wrong. Like I know the road conditions were horrible. I don't know if like if anybody sustained injuries or anything from those two. I don't know how.
Yeah,
it
I
worked.
think trees and all fell. I think a woman died from that actually.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair comparing our tiny little storms to
No,
something
I'm
that's going on
I'm not
in Florida.
comparing it. I'm just saying like
How big we
in
thought
our
it
head
was going
we
to
thought
be.
we were going to expect
Yeah.
something like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not
Yeah.
thinking like, oh no, like
No, I know.
Yeah,
it's
we
not
got
that bad.
Ophelia.
I know. No, I feel that it's probably a bit insensitive because there's literally people losing
yeah.
their lives.
oh
in
no,
Florida
100%.
because of it, you know what
And
I
it's
mean?
absolutely horrible what's going
Yeah.
on. It really, really is. But no, like I'm not comparing it. I'm just thinking like in our heads, like we were
We
full on
built it
expecting
into
like
something different.
we were expecting it to be like this type of Florida hurricane because that's what we're seeing.
Yeah,
Do you know?
Yeah.
And then now we're looking over here and we're thinking, Jesus, that didn't happen. So it's like, what's going on?
I know.
But yeah, no, it is. It's horrible. It's horrible what's going on. But it's crazy how some people can't even evacuate their houses.
I know.
But the mayor is literally telling them, leave, you're gonna die. Isn't he?
The meteorologist was almost crying, like, because it's supposed to be so bad. It's supposed to be, I read this somewhere, mathematically, it's gone nearly past the limit of what the Earth can produce.
Yeah, have you seen the pictures from like outer space, like above Earth?
How big it is.
It is. What the
it's
hell?
Scary.
And all the alligators and all.
I know.
God, Lana Del
know.
Rey gonna be swimming through. She's gonna have a whole swarm of alligators. Where?
Oh God.
What is that thing? Because she's proposed to like an alligator
Who?
fella person. Have you not seen this?
No.
Yeah, Lana Del Rey is like she either got married or is getting married to like an alligator person fella thing. I don't know what he is, but like that's why all the memes.
Is he a
This is the
zookeeper?
memes. Now he's like specifically like an alligator hunter or like
That's crazy. Where did she
Person.
find him?
I don't know, because what was the thing her and Quavo were getting together? Remember
Lana
that?
Del Rey and
Everyone was
Quavo?
like- yeah, everyone was speculating that for a while.
I'm so out with a loop.
So am I.
Or maybe I wasn't. I just hear one thing off someone and I'm like, whoa, no
I
way.
feel like I hear all the news that's about to come out through you.
Through me,
It's
I know.
always, you're like,
'Cause
have you seen this video? And it's before it goes viral. Daniel predicts every video that goes viral. I swear to God, he sends me a video and it's on like however many likes. And then a day or a week later, it's like one of the most viral videos on TikTok. I'm like,
I got the power. Not to lose weight though.
Lads,
But
I'm back on my gym buzz now.
are you?
I'm so
Same.
back on my gym buzz. So
Same.
my
Same.
goal is just to you know, get back on the grind. That has been my entire thing now because for the summer I was just so lax with it. And
Mood.
yeah, you had your own little fitness journey, didn't you?
Briefly. Very briefly. I was in the gym. Well, I was doing classes with my cousin. And they were at like 6:30 in the morning and she'd be
Yeah.
like dragging me out of bed. Like not even 6:30. It would be 6:30. Dragging me out of bed. But it does make you feel better. Like I felt so good in myself afterwards. But during all of that, like getting up early and all, I was like, oh my God, is this worth it? Is this worth it? But over time, obviously, consistency comes results. When you're consistent with anything, there's always results. But yeah, it was very short-lived. I haven't been back to the gym since probably March or April.
You need to get
But-
back on the
Whoa,
grind.
I felt
Is
like that was
it
last
the
week.
morning?
I know, yeah.
Is it the fact that it's in the morning?
I think, do you know what, right?
Why not? 'Cause
I
you can't even
have,
sleep now, so.
I was going to say, I have insomnia or whatever it is, maybe PTSD or something along the lines. I do be tired, right, during the day. It comes to night and I'm not tired at all. I think obviously because I stay awake all night, but my brain does be on overdrive. I'd be thinking of all sorts and I can't sleep. And then I do end up sleeping till like 10 or 11 in the morning. And then maybe a little bit later, actually, I'm being a bit generous there. Maybe a little bit later sometimes, but I don't have a routine. I think that's my problem. But maybe I just need to get like sleepers or something, because I genuinely can't sleep. But when I do sleep, I sleep for a long time. I just can't fall asleep and stay asleep.
It's your mind that can't sleep.
Yeah.
You ever hear that theory? And it's like, another theory, but it's like, how do I even explain it? It's basically like, you'll know what I'm talking about, where like you have to wait until someone wakes up for you to fall asleep.
Oh, like
What?
the sleep
Have you ever heard
log
that?
or something like that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like the sleep log. So basically, like, the reason that you can't sleep is because you have to wait, like, technically virtual, whatever the fucking word is, but you have to basically wait until someone else wakes up so that you can go asleep. Then it's like this whole theory that people have.
Brandon's not on that side of TikTok.
I'm not on that side
What
of
side
TikTok.
of TikTok are you on? I'm actually so intrigued.
Yeah,
This
what?
podcast has turned into very much conspiracy theories. It's like I don't really fall on that side of TikTok. For me, it's like episodes of Family Guy, and then like on one
With the
side,
game on the side.
and then the other side is like someone playing Subway Surfers. And the Menendez trial as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much in that, but we will come back to that shortly after this quick little break. If you're on the hunt for something to watch, RTE Players got you covered with some of the biggest and best shows from home and abroad, such as Yellowstone, The Bold Type.
Or you can stream everyone's favourites, like Kin and Normal People.
Or if you're after a good laugh, don't miss Good Boy. It's got Tony Cantwell, an ADHD diagnosis, and he's hilarious. Guaranteed you'll watch it in a day.
And sure, that's not even the half of it.
There's so much to watch on RTE Player.
Head on over and watch the latest shows now.
Welcome back to the Socially Awkward podcast. If you're listening on Spotify, you can also head on over to Apple Podcasts, where you can hear us as well. And you can watch all full episodes on YouTube.
Okay, Menendez brothers trial. Let's
We were
get into it.
talking about the Menendez brothers trial. So there's a series that I watched on it, and it was like fictional. So like they had the actors. It's the new one. So essentially, I don't think they're really happy with how it was done though.
They're getting a lot of backlash.
Are
Yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Here is
Because
Kim
it's like-
Kardashian representing them.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so. No. So I was watching an interview. So this is what I mean. I'm stuck into all the actor interviews and everything now who are playing them. So essentially, Kim Kardashian reached out to the fella that played Eric and was like, do you want to come down and meet the brothers with me?
Yeah.
And so they went, yeah. So apparently they're working on some project down there. Project. The brothers themselves
Oh, wow.
are working on a project. So like they're in their 50s now.
Yeah, they're in their 50s, yeah.
So how long have they been in prison?
Like 30 years or something.
Yeah, they've been
Really?
in since 90,
since the 90s.
since 1989 or 1990. They got
92,
away with
I
it
think
for
they
about
got.
6 months, and then
8.
8
Oh,
months.
he knows his
7.
facts.
It was 7 months. So the whole kind of story about it is that like that series is that they depict in a way that like they were like bad people and they were like da-da-da-da, but people aren't very happy with that because a lot of people who are actually following the trial all these years are like, no, well, that's not the way they're depicted, like that's a bad light you're putting them in. But the actual like story of it was that, do you know anything about the story of the trial?
All I know is that they killed their parents.
Right. So their like parents were like, their dad was like a rich man. I think he was like something to do with like movies in Hollywood or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the mother, I don't know what the mother did, but the dad apparently would abuse the lads when they were younger, like, and in other ways as well.
Yeah.
You can get what I'm saying. So they obviously like grew up with that, like seeing their dad as like this like high person, but also seeing their dad as kind of like a monster in a way,
Yeah.
I suppose. But that's why like people are kind of like, oh well, it's not their fault because they were abused and they were put through all of this and that
Yeah.
and that, and I don't know. But yeah, so they killed their parents, shot both of them, and then they weren't held as suspects at the start. Like they weren't even thought of suspects because the police couldn't actually get
So
any critical information to
the
be
way that
able
they
to,
did it, they're really smart about it. So what they did was, after it happened in the house, the two of them left and they went to the cinema, right? So like it happened at a specific time, and then they were trying to get tickets to the movies for like an earlier time, so they could say that they were in the cinema. Apparently that's the way it's shown. But yeah, so I don't think they were able to get into it or whatever, and then they went to another party or something, so like people seeing them
Oh,
and
my
all
God.
tried
this.
to make it look like it wasn't
That
them.
they weren't involved.
Yeah, so they plotted it, you know what I mean? But yeah, so they got away with it for like 7 months because they weren't thought of as suspects and the police couldn't get like
Actual evidence on them.
evidence to say that they did it. But then they found, what was it that, do you remember what they found?
He went and he confessed because it was eating him alive. He went and confessed to the psychiatrist that he was seeing at the time. And then because now the doctor was thinking like, oh my God, like, is my life at stake here? Like, what's going on? He started recording the conversations that were happening, and then he hid the tapes. But wasn't he seeing someone, right? He was cheating, doing one on the wife.
So he was cheating?
Doing one on the wife.
No.
Yeah, the psychiatrist
Did the boys know that?
No.
I was going to say, did they use that as
No.
that, like,
No. So,
blackmail?
but he tell the mistress, right? He told the mistress. So the mistress then,
but sorry, hold on a
things turned
second.
sour.
Do you know the way psychiatrist's information is supposed to be confidential? Well, I suppose if
Well, it was
there's
a
a
threat. It was
breach
like
of
he
like,
didn't say
fair.
anything. He just recorded it for his own sake. But the only person that he told was this mistress, right? But essentially things went sour, and didn't she go and rat on him?
Oh, went sour between the mistress and the psychiatrist?
Yeah, and said, oh, there's tapes, by the way. And then they found the tapes in his gaff, got a warrant to search his house, found the tapes, listened to the tapes, heard all the confessions, went and arrested the two of them.
But I did see in the documentary now that they basically found out where the lads bought the gun, and that's how they were able to make an arrest.
No, I think that all just kind of came into it then after.
That is crazy.
As investigation expanded.
Is everyone like on their side for the reason that they did it?
I think the internet feels bad for them. Because of
they
like
were kids?
because especially at the time people were like saying, oh, they have crocodile tears, and like they're trying to act like all this bad things happen to them when they've killed their parents.
But this is the 80s
people
as
aren't
well.
deep in
I'm
it.
not taking
You know
away
what
the
I mean?
fact that, like, you know, a murder happened, but it was also the 80s. So, like, you know,
90s.
particularly for men, it wasn't something that was really spoken about, or like for that exact reason, is that it wasn't necessarily taken
Yeah.
It
seriously.
was
I
kind
don't
of like
think.
cop on the two. He was like, you're after killing your parents.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There was
Whereas,
like, we don't want to hear the
now,
reason behind it.
I feel like now there's probably room for people to actually like proper sit down and judge it and be like, well, they were tormented or they were
Jesus,
tortured.
this is a bit of a
Do you know what I mean?
dark episode,
Yeah, it is,
isn't
isn't it? What
It's
the
a bit
hell?
dark, and the purple ain't
Back with a
helping.
bang. That's madness. I find that crazy.
It's mad, but speaking of other
Full on
series,
series.
we were talking about this earlier on. Daniel was on Kin.
I was, and a lot of people don't believe me about that either. I remember I did a video about it, and it was like, which I actually did. I didn't really speak about it, to be honest, because it was literally just like a little extra role that I did. But I literally was just in one of the court scenes. I think it was in season 2, episode 1, 5 minutes in, and
20 seconds.
5:20. But I was literally just like a junior barrister in like the court scenes. But I was there for like for the whole day filming. But made a video, and it was like that chunk sound, and it was like, anyone that's got my number, delete it, block me, life's changed. Yeah, I'm moving on, like shit like that. Like just to kind of like be a funny thing about it, like, and people were commenting and being like, that's not even you, because my hair's like, I think my hair is slicked back and my hair's like really like gelled.
Yeah, you look
crossed over.
so different.
I didn't even know what I looked like because I left my phone in the initial. So we had to like go to this place at 6 a.m. We had to go to this place like where we got like our costume on and our makeup done, and I left my phone in my bag there because I was like, oh, what if I'm not allowed to bring it like on set with me? Everyone else did, so everyone else had a phone and I did not. But
So you didn't see what you looked like?
I didn't know what I looked like, and I went into the because we were filming in the forecourts, and I went into the bathroom to like see what I looked like, and there was no mirrors on the wall. It was like a prison bathroom. Like I was snapping and I had a big gown on and all. I was feeling myself actually. But it was dead. It was just such a cool experience because I'd done previous work on like sets and stuff like that, but this was just real. Like I feel like it was just more special because like I was like technically like a featured role as an extra, like.
Wait, you see
because I
now the
was
comment
on
section's
camera.
gonna be like, fella thinks he's famous, like.
Yeah, and I am. Yeah, are you winking?
He is, as
But,
you should.
yeah.
What was it like?
I wasn't
Walking
even
behind the scenes.
actually. Fun fact: I actually wasn't even meant to be that. That person wasn't even meant to exist. I don't think, because I was actually initially meant to be a guard, and they were like, "You look 12." I was like,
Yeah, you have such a baby face. You
"Thanks,
actually
people
do.
reminded me." But yeah, I do. I hate. But yeah, I was meant to be a guard, and then I got there, and they were like, "No, you can be a junior barrister." I was like, "Absolutely." No,
Do you say you were on set for the whole day? So was that from like 6 a.m. to 8 at night or something?
Yeah, 6 a.m. to like, yeah.
And was
So-
that just like one scene, or was it parts of different scenes as well?
So the whole, like, this is what I mean, like, fair play to like actors and like crews that work on movies and TV, because Jesus Christ,
It's a lot.
we in the series on the RT player, the scene is basically like your man in it is in court, and I think in the actual episode it's literally not even a minute long, but we were filming that for like 4 hours.
That's crazy.
that like less than a minute scene was like there for 4 hours. So like literally just had to sit, like they'll say everything and then it's just okay again. They'll do like literally hundreds of takes of like just conversation, and it was kind of like a mini monologue, I think, of one of the barristers. But yeah, like literally the whole day. So I filmed 3 scenes altogether. So there was one scene of like walking through the courts, and when he's coming into the court, or when he's leaving the court, I think, and I'm like just a junior barrister walking past him. I don't even think that got put in it, but I literally just had to keep walking back and forth constantly, like loads of times. And then there was a scene outside when he was getting put in the guard car, or he was coming out of the guard car, I can't really remember, but that took hours to film as well. So I was just like, fair play, because it is a lot, like 6 a.m. to like 8 p.m.
For like 2 minutes of a scene. That's madness.
It's mad, but it was such a cool experience.
At least you
So
had
cool.
the baby face. At least you got that little compliment.
I had the baby face.
I hate that though. Like people say I have a baby face
do.
as well, but I get
You
ideated
look a
everywhere.
bit more like a man
No,
now,
I think
though.
their faces at the ground.
It's the half sip.
I think your face is at the grow.
No, but like you're more grown up looking.
Yeah,
now.
you do. I think in
Crimson chins.
2019 you were definitely baby B.
Yeah.
Looking back at all
Brandon.
pictures,
Baby
Brandon,
B.
I can't even recognise them.
I know.
I know.
I can't even
Sure, even
recognise
that movie night episode that we did. You can see, like, yeah.
But
No,
you've evolved. Like,
but
you're a
growing.
grown
I
man.
still get taken for 17 years old. I went to
I'll
the
tell you a
garage
story.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I went to the garage yesterday, right, to buy something that you needed an ID for. And I went in and he was like, do you have your ID? Like, bear in mind right now, I was literally like over the counter, like pointing at like what I was
What
looking
you
for.
wanted.
Right? I don't think any 16-year-old or 17-year-old would be, you know, very chalant about it. You know what I mean? They'd be
Chalant?
like,
Yeah, where is he pulling all these words
well, I'm
from?
assuming it's chalant,
vocab.
nonchalant.
Non-
Is it chalant and
nonchalant.
I don't
nonchalant?
even know what that
Nonchalant.
means.
It's like very like hush hush, like not
Nonchalant.
making a big deal about it.
Okay.
Right. So like, if a 16-year-old went in to buy something they need to get an ID for, they'd be like, oh, you can just go do a lot, like I'm pretending. Do you know what I mean? And try to keep very. But like, I was like, no, that one, no, to the left. Left.
You always
No,
have to be
one,
like
to
that,
the
don't
left.
you?
No, back to the right. No, down. So like that's. Do you know what I mean? I was doing all this, so I'm like, you hardly think I'm 17. First of all, 6'6". Second of all,
Baby face.
Brandon literally touching the roof when your man's like, where's your ID?
literally, bear in mind, right? Like, I am the only car parked. He's seen me drive in. He's seen me drive
You
in.
could have still easily been 17.
I had a car
17 and
keys.
driving.
So I do have a baby face.
That's going to stand to you though. You do and you don't. I feel like you had more of a baby face in 2019. When did I know you? 2020?
It could have
2020.
just been as well.
2020.
Like that place could be just like anyone. It's actually, if you look, the actual thing of it is meant to be if you look under 25.
It is.
Oh.
So you could be 24.
Yeah, you do look under 25.
I used to work
be
in
fair.
retail, so I know. But, yeah, no, but then for whatever reason he hated me. So then he started like, so he was like, that'll be €7, and I was like, okay, Grant. Handed him a tenner, right? And I hate carrying cash, but I had a tenner in the glove box. Handed it to him, and he's doing all this with it and like testing the edges
thought
of
you
it
were
and going
dodgy.
from edge to edge. He thought I was dodgy. Like, sorry, just give me what I'm looking for. Like, I'm sorry, I
Give
didn't
me
do
my
that.
money.
Just give me my money. No, but I swear to God, it was doing me head in. So it was like, and he was asking me my date of birth and all. I was like, you have me
Maybe
ID.
he was trying to flirt with you. Oh. Maybe he was like,
He's like,
oh,
yeah,
I
and watch
hear
your
he's
Snapchat
gay.
as well.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Possibly. No, he wasn't. But like I think he was just he was trying
No,
to
he
catch me out.
wasn't.
He was trying to catch me out. Well, now fair enough. Like on my driver's license, I am 16 on my driver's license. So essentially, when I went and got my driver's license the first time and I went and got the picture taken, I was actually like 19. But
Yeah, you had a really, really baby face.
yeah, no, I was 19, but then I
Baby.
lost that one, so then I had to reapply, and when I reapplied, I put the picture on that I got from my learner permit, which I took when I was 16. So
So that's what's
now-
on your driver's license.
Yeah,
Do you have it on you?
yeah.
Well, then
No, I need to see this picture
Can I
because
see?
I can't.
And you know what? You can blur this out if it's illegal. I don't know how it works, but I'll show you my license, and you can actually see for yourselves. Do you know? I will
Can we put it right
block
into the
out
camera?
everything.
Did we just insert a photo?
There, that's it. There.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Brandy, you look about
the
12.
I know.
the quiff.
Well, I'm 16 and that.
Oh my God.
16.
Wait, when did you get your license? 16?
I got my license in 2019, so it's just before I turned 17. but I got it when I was 16.
Oh my God, he was 16.
Yeah.
Stop, you make me feel
Yeah, and
so
Shanice
old.
isn't driving. Like, she needs to
Says
hop on.
you. We are not getting into that right now.
Right, so speaking of driving, yet again, right, while we were on our break, there's one very specific thing that I just noticed straight away. I don't know why it was while we were on our break, but anyways. So, you know, all of us are from different parts of Dublin. So, and I'm the only person who drives. I'm the designated driver, so I drive around and I collect everybody, which means I have to drive through specific areas of Dublin to get to everybody, which means I am
True.
very well versed in how Dublin works, traffic-wise, okay? So, one thing that I have noticed, and this is so dumb, it's so stupid, but it's just something that I have noticed, right? Is that when you go to like South Dublin, ooh la la, like that part of Dublin, right? The traffic lights, as soon as you push the button, the traffic light stops the car immediately because the person needs to cross the road, and that's just the way that it seems to work. And like, this is what I mean. It's so stupid.
Brandon's
so
very
beyond stupid, and I'm so
passionate
passionate about this,
He's
right?
very
It's just
passionate.
something that's been specifically doing me head in the
I
past
think
while.
it's because you drive, so you notice it obviously more than
notice
we
it.
would.
And then like the part where Dublin, where I'm from, like where some of my mates are from, like do you know what I mean? Like, it's just the part that don't have the trillionaires. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, the trillionaire lady needs to cross the road immediately. No, but when you go to another part of Dublin, then it's like, no, you need to
Wait
wait
10 minutes.
You need to wait 10 minutes, right? Like, and do you know what? I don't mind. I don't mind it if it was for the right reasons, but I just don't feel that it's very okay. I just, while we were talking about driving, I just thought I'd throw that in there because it's just something that's been doing my absolute hits in, is the fact that the traffic lights just don't.
There's no equality.
There's no equality when it comes to the traffic lights. Traffic light equality. This is the stuff that we need to be talking about. This is what annoys me. Why are
We need
you
to make
laughing?
a
This is the
segment.
stuff that people are going to be like, influencers are town deaf to what's going on in the world.
We just need a segment called Rants with Brandon on this.
Rants
because
with
I swear to
Brandon.
God, it's
Yeah.
the most random thing he rants about every week.
And so passionately as well.
Oh, so passionate.
Lads, I love a good rant. We're Irish. Who doesn't love a good rant? We
That's
always
very
give out
true.
about everything. We wouldn't be Irish if we weren't. So if you love a good rant like me and you want me to rant about something that you really care passionately about, then make sure to send us in a DM on Instagram at sociallyawkpod.
Or if you want to make it a little bit more personal, send us in a voice note because we want to hear how extreme
Wanna
the
hear
situation
how
was.
it is. We've talked about this before. We are so bad with text. We don't know what way you're saying it.
Yeah.
Send us in a little voice note if you want, and we'll play it on the pod for you. Keep it PG though.
Yeah.
Right, keep it PG.
And keep it awkward always. But lads, I'm so sorry. That was another hectic episode, wasn't it? We jumped
Man, I
from
don't
thing
know.
to thing. A little bit dark. A little bit
A little
dark.
bit dark, a little bit conspiracy
A little
theories.
bit dark, but that's-
A little bit
more
purple, a little bit orange.
murder.
A little song
Driving.
going on. But thank you all so much for tuning in to the Socially Awkward podcast. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you head over to YouTube as well and watch us if you
Yes.
want to see our reactions.
We drop new episodes every Thursday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and here on YouTube if you're watching.
Thank you so much to RT Player as our sponsor yet again.
That's
And
crazy.
We will see you next Thursday.
Yeah. We're back with a bang, baby.
We're back, baby. Bye.
Proudly sponsored by RTE Player. Dive into live TV and the biggest shows from home and abroad.